All right, let's talk about that invisible force that decides whether you love an app or want to throw your phone against a wall. We're diving into performance testing. Seriously, this affects every single one of us every day. And we're going to break down exactly how it all works. Come on, you know the feeling. We've all been there. You tap on an app, you're staring at a loading spinner, it just keeps spinning, and you're out. You've given up. That tiny moment of frustration, that's the entire reason performance testing exists. So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we're going to talk about the need for speed, what performance even means. Then, what are we actually measuring? After that, we'll cover the rules of the road for how to do it right. And finally, the big one, why this matters so much. Okay, first things first. Before we can test something, we kind of have to agree on what it is, right? We all throw around the word performance, but in the world of tech and software, it has a really specific, really important meaning. Now get this. This is the official definition from the ISO 2510 standard. Think of it as the global rulebook for software quality. And notice the key phrase here, relative to the amount of resources used. This is so important. It means an app isn't truly high-performing if it's super fast but also eats up your entire battery in 10 minutes. It's got to be a balance. It has to be fast and smart about it. So really, you can take that whole technical definition and boil it down to this one simple feeling. It's that magic moment when an app just works. You tap, it responds. It's smooth, it's quick, and it never makes you wait. That's the real goal. So if that's the goal, how do we actually measure it? Well, this whole idea of performance efficiency is broken down into two main things, two core pillars that we can actually test and analyze. And here they are, the two sides of the same performance coin. On one side, you've got time behavior. That's the stuff you, the user, can see and feel. And on the other, resource utilization. That's all the work happening behind the curtain to make it happen. Let's break that down a bit more. Time behavior is all about speed. How long does it take for that page to load? How fast does it react when I hit send? Resource utilization, on the other hand, is asking how much heavy lifting is the system doing? How much processor power is it using? How much memory does it need? A great app is a master of balancing both. So how do we test all this stuff? It's not as simple as just clicking around and saying, yeah, seems fast enough. No way. Real performance testing has a clear set of principles, rules of the road that make sure the results actually mean something. And these rules aren't just made up. They come from industry standards, like this one from the ISTQB, which basically sets the bar for professional software testers all over the world. This is the source material, the playbook that lays out the right way to do it. Okay, the first three principles are all about one thing, getting results you can trust. First, the tests have to actually match what users expect. Fast enough for an engineer might not be fast enough for a customer. Second, the tests have to be reproducible. You have to be able to run the same test again and get the same result. Which leads right to the third point. The data has to be consistent. This shows your results aren't just a lucky one-off. Now for the next few principles. These are all about being practical. The results have to be understandable, not just a spreadsheet full of numbers. People need to know what to fix. You also have to be able to monitor the system's resources, because knowing something is slow is useless if you don't know why. And finally, the big reality check, it has to be affordable and fit into the schedule. Because a perfect test that never gets done is worthless. Okay, so we've defined what performance is, we know what we're measuring, and we know the rules for how to test it. But let's tie it all together. What's the bottom line? Why does any of this really matter? I absolutely love this quote from the source material. It reframes testing as a series of scientific experiments. It's not just about checking boxes. It's about having a theory, like, I think this new feature is slowing things down, and then running an experiment with data and analysis to prove it. It's how we stop guessing and start knowing. Because in the end, all of those experiments, all that data, it all comes down to this one simple idea: trust. When an app works well, it feels solid, reliable, professional. You trust it. But when it's slow or crashes, that trust shatters instantly. And you'll start looking for something better. And that really is the final question, isn't it? For any piece of software, any app, any website you use or help build, performance testing is what answers this question. Is it built to handle the pressure and succeed, or is it just waiting to fail?